This is John from MJG Education. Today we're going to look at the PTE academic listening task, multiple choice, multiple answer. This presentation will cover test instructions, a possible test procedure, things you should know to make you more test wise, 3 examples to practice, and a conclusion. For self-autonomous learners, we have PTE textbooks. You can find them at Amazon or through our website at mjgeducation.com. You can follow MJG Education on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Tumblr. We'll be updating that constantly, as with our homepage. We specialize in tutorials for the time being, as our website is being developed. So tutorials in reading, writing, listening, and speaking. We also do lots of mock tests that include feedback, oral feedback, if we do them through Zoom, and of course you'll get feedback in a written form as well. We like to emphasize too that we're a Canadian company. You can save 35% if you're dealing with companies that charge you in US dollars. By all means, come back and check us out. We'll save you a fortune. Anyways, thank you very much and have a nice day wherever you are. As a form of test procedure, read the prompt carefully, skim the response options quickly. This is before the audio recording. Focus. While you're listening, take notes. Reread the prompt when you're done. Read the response options, and you either eliminate incorrect options and or eliminate options not mentioned. Taking notes with this task is very important because it's a very long lecture and there are multiple possible answers. Also, be prepared for that very first sentence, because that first sentence will give you the gist or what the entire talk is about. Some things you should know to make you more test-wise for this task. You will only get 2 or 3 multiple choice, multiple answer listening tasks on this exam. Each question will have 5 to 7 options. 2 or 3 of the options will be correct. There'll never be 4 correct answers. 3 is the max. Each recording is fairly long at 40 to 90 seconds. So this is why we emphasize you take notes. You're not going to remember everything. What's important here is that there's negative marking again. This shows up infrequently throughout the PT exam. You get 1 point for 1 correct answer, but you lose a mark for an incorrect answer. Many times, the best choice you can make is get the 1 correct answer. Don't worry if you can't get the second one, because there is negative marking. 1 correct answer, 1 wrong answer will get you 0. So sometimes just take the 1 answer, it's correct, and leave it and go on to the next question. For the following 3 examples, there will be 10 seconds to prepare before the audio slide. Then there will be 20 seconds after the audio recording to select your answers. Then this process will repeat twice. Stop the video if you like.
Now, one of the perks of being a lexicographer is that you get to say really fun words like lexicographical. Lexicographical has this great pattern. It's called a double dactyl. And just by saying double dactyl, I've sent the geek needle all the way into the red. But lexicographical is the same pattern as higgledy-piggledy, right? It's a fun word to say, and I get to say it a lot. Now, one of the non-perks of being a lexicographer is that people don't usually have a kind of warm, fuzzy, snuggly image of the dictionary, right? Nobody hugs their dictionaries. But people think that my job is to let the good words make that difficult left-hand turn into the dictionary and keep the bad words out. I don't want to be a traffic cop. For one thing, I just do not do uniforms. And for another, deciding what words are good and what words are bad is actually not very easy, and it's not very fun. And when parts of your job are not easy or fun, you kind of look for an excuse not to do them. So, if I had to think of some kind of occupation as a metaphor for my work, I would much rather be a fisherman. I want to throw my big net into the deep blue ocean of English and see what marvelous creatures I can drag up from the bottom. But why do people want me to direct traffic when I would much rather go fishing? Well, I blame the Queen.
This is a picture of Maurice Drouin, the honorary perpetual secretary of l'Académie Française, the French Academy. He is splendidly attired in his $68,000 uniform, befitting the role of the French Academy as legislating the correct usage in French and perpetuating the language. The French Academy has two main tasks. It compiles a dictionary of official French. They're now working on their ninth edition, which they began in 1930, and they've reached the letter P. They also legislate on correct usage, such as the proper term for what the French call email, which ought to be courriel. The World Wide Web, the French are told, ought to be referred to as le toile d'araignée mondiale, the global spider web, recommendations that the French gaily ignore.
Biological diversity, crop diversity, is the biological foundation of agriculture. It's the raw material, the stuff of evolution in our agricultural crops, not a trivial matter. And he also understood that that foundation was crumbling, literally crumbling. That indeed a mass extinction was underway in our fields, in our agricultural system. And that this mass extinction was taking place with very few people noticing and even fewer caring.
In conclusion, listen carefully to the first sentence, the topic sentence, because it will tell you the gist of what the conversation is about. It's important to take notes for this task because there are multiple answers. Never try to guess because there is negative marking. Use elimination of incorrect options first, as this will help you be more accurate when you choose your answer.